Northwest in Rome. There was a picture that went around yesterday. I actually saw two pictures. The one where she was dressed in all black, and then the other picture in which she was dressed in all white. Looking very, very grown. She is a 12-year-old young woman that is going through the stage of finding herself, expressing herself through fashion and the likes of music and other things. But I didn't necessarily like those pictures that I seen yesterday. She got the long blue weave, you feel me, and the black outfit looked like she got a corset on. To me, that is a whole lot for a middle schooler, a 12-year-old. But I wanted to know how y'all felt about that. Go ahead, Tanny.
So I think from the skirt down, it is fine. I can't get with the whole corset thing because we know the intent behind corsets is to make your waist smaller and push your tits up. So that's a little shaky. I felt like it was a way she could have like made it more cute with even putting like a little button down underneath it. However, I'm not in the business of like getting on to how people dress their kids, so I'll just leave it safe and leave it at that. But her dad is like, fashion is fashion, like, so we are also have that part of it where we're talking about a whole man who like revamped Kim Kardashian whole fucking lifestyle when it came to dressing and wearing clothes. Her dad is who he is, so I'm not surprised that the parents are allowing her to like wear things like this, or what we like to say, creatively let our kids express themselves through their clothes.
Yeah, Kanye don't like this. I can guarantee you that. Go ahead, Jonay, and then we got Kenya.
His wife walk around naked. Hello?
She's also
Mm.
an adult. Go ahead, Jonay.
I got into a discussion about this with Lavita earlier today. I expressed my sentiments in a very direct way. I don't like it. Um, I was given I guess, background on the inspiration, which did help me understand where this was going. But I'm so sorry. Every time I look at this picture, I try to kind of see what's going on. First off, I don't blame North. She's 12, right? I blame Kim Kardashian every single time I look at this, and it pisses me off. I should not see cleavage ever on a 12-year-old. Simple. And then we're going to even do a little bit more with the lashes and the lip liner and the nails and then the blue bundles and then, all of those things would be fine. Cause again, I know nowadays, and I'm not even really anti-nails cause 12-year-olds, that's not a bad thing for have your first set of nails. Like, I don't think that's crazy. It's like, I don't want to get too crazy with the super conservative perspective on this. We don't even have to get into the specifics of the inspo. I see cleavage on a 12-year-old, and I would love to know how we can get away from the cleavage. Like, how do we get away from the cleavage on a 12-year-old? Like, that to me, I could just be right there. We don't have to get into where this, the bottom, like Tanny said, like the bottom down. Yeah, that's, I get it. Then we have the reason for but even if it was like a corset with a shirt underneath, it probably would still be like, oh, okay, girl, but it wouldn't be anything where I would have any type of reaction I am now. I see this girl's cleavage. I don't feel comfortable looking at this. I don't like it. Kim ought to be a motherfucking shamed. I'm not blaming North. She's a young girl. She's probably, on TikTok and getting inspiration and seeing things and wanting to try different things. And it is up to her mother to say, we're going to try that. Look at her outfit before you walk out that motherfucking house. Cause that is Northwest. She's going to be pictured. She's going to be photographed. She's a celebrity child. You should have done your due diligence and got her to fuck away from something that would have given her cleavage at 12. Now, if the young lady is developing, because that's another thing. When she's 12, she's at that time. Most young girls, 12, 11, hitting periods. So she probably does have some hormonal or some development things where, she's gaining breast and gaining, more, a woman-esque shape where she's starting to develop as a young girl. You have to monitor that and help that. You know what I mean? Like, be mindful of that. Protect that. Don't put her out here like that. I don't like it at all. And it's not, and I'm not even and none of that is towards North herself. That is all to Kim.
Yeah, she does look. I don't know how small Kim is. North looks like she's taller than her. Oh, she does have those boots on.
Yeah, she has a boost
Oh,
on,
I was
but
about to say.
she's a growing, like 12, we're
Yeah,
talking
she's
like 12.
growing.
Yeah, she's growing. And that's why I'm like, I'm not even talking about her growth and her size. It's not, that's why I'm like, I don't like some of the comments that are hyper fixating on North, the child. This is a young girl. She wants to try different things. You're her mother. You put the parameters, or at least help her know how to navigate these things as a woman or a growing young woman. You let this girl, 12 years old, come out here with titties going, like top cleavage? Oh no. Hell fucking
I
no.
agree with you 100%.
Go ahead, Kenya.
It's disturbing. I'll say I think it's disturbing because I feel like the people that are in defense of this, like I've seen the comments say that really the problem is just her build or her being, like a little bit fuller figure at her age, and if this outfit was on a very skinny 12-year-old, it wouldn't be a problem. But it's like that notion is just like really troubling to me because it's the same thing with the teacher thing in the skirt, and it's like, well, why can't everyone just like wear the same thing and it really shouldn't matter like how it looks? And no, I think that there is something good about like things being appropriate, and maybe if you do have to accommodate for your daughter because she is a bit bustier, like that's okay. If she still wants to have like a rock star look, there are ways to do it. I'm going through that now, like with my little sister, where she's into that like coquette kind of like thing with the frills and the bows and all that stuff. Now all of the pictures that she brings us on Pinterest, all the skirts, like it's cute, but it's very short. And I have to tell her a little bit of this is like edging into Lolita fashion. But if that is the aesthetic that you want, there's just an appropriate way to do that. So yes, we'll just find you a longer tutu and we'll get you a top that's like not so revealing, so that if that's the aesthetic or look that you want to go for, you can still get it, but you just don't have to be uncovered, because they're saying like you're taking away the child's like, sense of personal fashion and all of that. I think that that's all downstream from keeping children like appropriate and safe. And so as Kim, once she put the outfit on and I saw that, the boobs were sitting on her collarbone, we would have had to rework some things. There would have been some reworking, because that's just not okay. I don't want you to have that look yet. Okay. So it's like, I think that you don't have to do away like with the kids' fashion. You don't have to like completely disregard their sense of aesthetic, but you also don't have to sacrifice appropriateness, in doing that.
Yeah, I'm a fingertip dad, right? So if
What
your
the fuck does
skirt
that
don't
mean?
come past your if your skirt don't come past your fingertips, I don't necessarily care, right?
Oh,
Like kind of like how they had in school. Fuck it. Right? So the skirt wasn't that bad to me. The shoes, of course not. I don't mind the shoes, right? That goddamn corset and the hair.
I got
I'm
a
not
problem with
fucking
all
with
of it,
no
Rashad. I'm not gonna.
with no 12-year-old with no. Now, I'm a
40
double-minded
inch
Negro in this
pigtails?
instance, because if with this type of hair, no, I'm not fucking with it. But if my girls want to get braids and they got some weave in it, I don't mind that. I don't know what the difference is, but to me there's a difference. I don't like it. I don't like that shit at all. The lashes, no, I'm not going for it. Like, you have your whole life to be an adult. You are 12 years old. First of all, ain't school started? Ain't we in school season? But like, what the fuck is going on? One. And then two, like, you exposing your child to these adult situations, right? And looks and ideas so early. You're making them grow up so fast. We always We always talk about like the Nickelodeon stars or the child stars, and where they always talk about how fast they had to grow up and how they were exposed to these type of situations. I just am weary of situations like this, because why not keep your child a child as long as possible? It doesn't make sense.
Yep.
You can still have this, halfway golf type look and still
You
also
could
look like
get
a
it.
goddamn kid.
Yep. You
Like,
could get it.
you don't have to sacrifice
We
We
all
did
of
when you
it
that.
but
before.
Rashad,
Our
especially when you have
generation
that
did it.
access, when you have and that's why I am so disgusted with Kim, because you have the access to hire any stylist possible to come to you. Clearly you guys are overseas in Rome, maybe some sort of fashion or some sort of event. Get someone to do this well for your child. You get what I'm saying? Cause I understand. I was given a bit more context as well, but even with the context, I still see the level of inappropriateness. And it's like I said, even with the little tutu skirt, it's like, okay, I've seen young girls with those little short skirts on. They could put some little tights, leggings. Everybody may not like it, right? But like I said, that top up, it goes very, no, absolutely not. And it's just not reading. And Kim knows fucking better. Well, no, she don't actually. That's what I believe. She doesn't.
Nah, she do
I ain't
actually.
gonna lie.
Go
I don't
ahead,
like
Tim.
none of it. I don't like
Yes,
none of
she
the
do.
outfit. I
I don't
don't
think
like
she
these.
do.
I'ma kill my mom, kill my dad ass boots. I don't like this motherfucking Harley Quinn hair. I don't like none of this shit,
You
man.
just don't like the aesthetic.
Well, I don't like none of it. First of all, a 4X t-shirt and a ass whooping will solve all of this. And I'm not talking about the little girl getting her ass whooped. That nigga Kanye need to go beat Kim ass for having this little girl out
Domestic
here like this.
violence.
No. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. If you don't check bitches, they start doing anything, and then that shit bleeds over into your children. Right? Prime example.
Well, I think she know he fucked up. The man literally bought a house across the street from their house to be close to their kids.
Right.
So I think she just passed Karen. But were you done before I go?
So I put the other outfit in here so y'all can see. I thought it was white. This is jean. See, this ain't bad to me. Aside from the hair, I don't want my 12-year-old with having this type of hair. But this outfit ain't bad. This
So
is cool.
Rashad,
No, that's not bad at all.
Yeah,
I
that
haven't
outfit
seen
not
that.
bad. I agree with the hair.
It
Like
ain't
I
popped
wouldn't
up
let
for
her
me
do the
yet.
hair at all.
I think that's what. So I raised my hand because I have first time thinking about this perspective, but it goes back to like the pageant kids. Y'all know how they do the lashes and the heavy makeup and little things to like shape them. Would we say that's because this ain't nothing but like an alternative look that she's wearing? No, I do not think it's appropriate at all, but we've seen it inside high schools and things like that. So we familiar with the look, just not on somebody this young. But wouldn't it kind of fall in that category of like you're calling pageant children too grown or too exposed or things like that?
Nah, my sister, she was a dance. She was like the dance girl. What's that? With the big white
Majorette,
lady?
Ma-
No, she had like
not
the
Majorette.
dance team and shit. She did that shit. I don't know what it's
Allie,
called.
you talking about the Abby lady?
Yeah.
Oh,
She
okay.
was doing that type shit. And so, you had to have the look. You had to have the hair
The
and the
hair, yes.
face,
The
and you had to
makeup,
have a
all
certain
of that.
level of attitude, right? So my sister did that, all growing up. I don't look at dancing in pageants the same as we just outside going wherever the fuck we going. To me, that's totally different, right? At least with the pageant and dancing, there is some rhyme or reason
Mm,
or why you're doing this for this couple of hours
mm,
that you're doing it. This isn't your life, right? This
yeah.
is just an activity or a hobby
But
or
can I
something you
can I
take
Scarlett,
add can
didn't
I
you
add
say it
something to
was
what
breathing?
Tanny's saying though?
Go ahead.
So Tanny, so like for example, my goddaughter just started dance and she's 4. And the dance team is like she's like getting into ballet essentially, right? And they wanted them all to wear like, you know how the ballet is, the buns, and they wanted them to all have like the little lipstick
Yeah.
stuff, right? She's 4, right? My goddaughter did not look grown at all as a 4-year-old with just a little slight tint to her lips. You get what I'm saying? Like that's again, you're introducing makeup to a 4-year-old. You want to know why? Because the ballet outfit was child. There was no exposure. There was no cleavage. There was no, you get what I'm saying? So I don't think it's just highlighting one specific thing and doing the cross comparisons. Cause to me, with some of those ballerinas or the pageantry, even though there are some, dynamics in that pageantry, in the pageant world that I think is crossing boundaries for the children too, but they're not with the full makeup and then with a bodycon shirt dress with, you get what I'm saying? It ain't a big slit up the leg. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
it's
no,
the
I get it.
pairing is
I get
my
it.
thing. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, and
Yeah, I do.
that's why I said when I spoke is like, I see all of these things combined is a little excessive. Now, if she was just probably dressed and you see Northwest with some lashes, like, okay, girl, like it still might be something like a father or someone that's like, oh, I don't really love that on her. She only 12, but you're not going to have this feeling of, oh my God, it really is all of it combined. The 30-inch ponytails, the makeup, the lipstick, the cleavage, the nails. It's like, whoa, you get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, yeah,
Hold on,
Yeah.
I
let
follow
stalkers go
you.
real
I
quick.
get what you said. I get exactly what you're saying. I mean, I'm a competitive cheer mom, so the outfits are always changing, right? So it's, but it's not in the lines of like, well, that's too much,
Right,
like,
right, for sure.
Hold
whoa,
on,
we're not
Tanny.
doing that.
Let stalkers only go. She had her hand up. How you doing today? What's the word?
I'm good. I'm good. I wanted to say I agree with Jonay, but this is a part of why I think it's important, not necessarily to just have the father in the house, but someone of like a different culture, because I know with like him and them, maybe they didn't, because they're white, they maybe didn't develop, what I'm saying, like young black girls develop. So you kind of need somebody to kind of, hey, we have to coach certain, behaviors. You're growing like this, you might want to put a shirt under it, something like that. That's why it's important, what I'm saying, you have a half black child to have, somebody of that culture who can kind of help, get her into how to move, what I'm saying, while you're developing breast and things like that.
That's a good perspective, and we all know she loves her dad. She talks about him all the time and rewear his clothes and things like that. So, the whole dad thing, I think that's out of her control just because of the courts and what Kim set up when it comes to Kanye. Um, but I think that's a whole nother conversation as well.
Yeah, I think Kim has a lot of access and a lot of resources that she should be able to understand. But I wanted to read Kari's tweet. He said, on one side, I don't have an issue because I don't sexualize kids, but on the other, you have to protect the kids from the ones that do, and there are too many. Um, Yeah, I don't necessarily think that it's anything to do with sexualizing kids when somebody is giving pushback to being appropriate, being age appropriate, right? There should be a level of do's and don'ts, right? When we're talking about 12 years old, not even a teenager, right? And where, hey man, this is a lot because one, like you said, there is a lot of weird niggas out here who do sexualize children, but on the other side, why are you putting your child in this space of adult shit and adult, like, and when I say adult shit, I mean everything, as far as dress, as far as conversation, as far as a lot of different things. I think we have moved so far from keep a child in a goddamn child's place and that be all encompassing, right? When we were growing up, we were in a child's place. Some people might say it was to the detriment, but I think that there comes a space in where there's an overcompensation of those things, and where now we're involving them in a lot of different areas and aspects of adult life that they little ass shouldn't be involved in. Period, point blank. It don't make no sense. You can be a child and you can express yourself, right, however you please. I'm not a big, I don't give a fuck what my kids wear, honestly, as far as, the clothes, but I know that I bought these goddamn clothes. So they'll be age appropriate. If you want to go to school and your shit is mismatched, especially the little one, she be trying a whole bunch of shit. Know what I mean? I'm not really big on, like, policing that shit. But I also know that I done bought these motherfucking JoJo Siwa shoes, or we done went to H&M together, and so that it ain't looking crazy, because niggas is crazy out here, but the kids just gotta be kids. Go ahead, DB.
This is why it's very important for those that disagree, especially men that may disagree with the code of what she got on or whatever it is they see and that they disagree with. This is why it's important. I personally believe that you have the two parent dynamic to the degree that your baby mama won't be just doing any old fuck thing in regards to what your child is displaying with their mannerism, clothes, et cetera, et cetera. So that's all I got to say.
Um,
Uh, Kanye, please come back
Kanye,
and
please
That
come
nigga
back.
need to get his
get your
mind
get your
back
damn
first.
daughter.
Go ahead, Teddy.
Um,
Think his mind is just
you
fine.
said okay, Rashad. That's not fair because he has bipolar disorder. So, that's that. The second thing is, I do think that what Stalker said was very key too. We have a white woman raising a mixed race child here, and there will be a lot of things that she will need that Kim just won't be able to provide her. That's the sad part of it. And we don't hear Kanye talk about his family much ever since his mom died, or at all for that fact. So it's just like, where is she going to get this from? Because it's going to be important. There's going to be a lot of shit she needs to know that her mom just can't.
She need her black aunties.
Yeah,
That's what she need.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that what I also find interesting is the concerted effort to put Northwest in the spotlight. Um Kids have gifts and talents and they want to be able to express themselves. Obviously, Kanye and Kim have memes. Um Far surpass a lot of people on this earth. But it just seems odd to me continuing to put her in this space. I think we've seen celebrity couples or celebrities that have children that kind of shy away from this, right? We had the conversation about Holly Berry. I don't know if Jonah was being serious or not, but she was like, Holly Berry got kids? Like, because it was a
Yeah.
situation in where she's keeping Holly Berry got kids with a movie star, right? But keeping them out of the spotlight and protecting and preserving that innocence, I don't think that that's going on with North. I think that
But
um
Rashad, I think there's a nice way to do it. Like I would say Tiana Taylor's daughter Junie, because they're kind of in the same age range. You can still do it and it still be child appropriate. Like Kim is just taking it a tad bit too far for me.
yeah, and I think that that's odd. I think the spotlight is all that family knows. And so a lot of it is like, this is just life. But I don't know. For me, in this instance, I do think Kanye being around would provide a little bit more structure when it comes to raising the children, especially the girls. Girls need their dads. That's just the bottom line. Because dad is not, you can't get away with a lot of shit, right? And so with this situation, right, and how she is dressing now at 12 years old, right? In my mind, you don't get more conservative, right? You get as the reins are getting loosened, because that's what happens when we all got older. There was some shit that we couldn't do at 12 that 16, 17, our parents didn't give a fuck, right? So the reins are going to be more loose. You don't go backwards from this, right? And so if this is
Right,
kind of like
Rashad.
the starting point, like, we can't imagine what is going to be happening as she progresses, as she gets older, as she starts to come into her own as far as physically, or the things that she wants as far as her appearance. So like, this is a slippery slope to me.
And may I say one small thing? I don't, and I'm not saying anyone said this because I don't think anyone has, but I just want to speak to it. I err on the side of caution and curiosity with the mindset of when you're talking, now we're talking adults. Yes. Like an Angel Reese, right? So Angel Reese has blah, blah, blah. And people are like, you're sexualizing her. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of thing. It's like, yeah, maybe people should stop looking at a grown ass woman and blah, blah, blah. We're talking about, autonomy and things like that, right? But it is 1000% a parent's job to protect their child. So to me, like I said, I don't think anyone has said this, but the concept of, well, people should just stop being nasty and she should be able to dress like this. Absolutely, positively not, because that's not how, to me, protection in parenting works, to me. You protect your child until they can protect themselves. And then you can then say, okay, other people should be, that's not how, you get what I'm saying, Rashad? Like, all the mindset of, well, the world should change. It's like, yeah, but the world ain't. So it's your job. Okay. Like, we're not going to say, I'm going to let my daughter do whatever and the world should just be a better place. No, that's your baby. The world isn't a better place. And it's your job to ensure that you don't create scenarios to where someone could do something weird unnecessarily, because you know that's how this world is until your child is in a position to make those decisions and protect themselves. That's just how I feel about it. So I don't like serving her up on a platter for even this type of conversation. You get what I'm saying? Like, she should not be a conversational topic, Kim. Not North, because she's a child. She's trying to find her way. You know, she's 12. She's at that age. You get what I'm saying? The curiosities and she's in the middle school. She's getting into that era. It's like, that's what she's supposed to do, is be curious. And she's on TikTok and making TikToks and doing dances and seeing people and getting inspired. The mother, the parents, rein them in, put parameters, protect, have conversations, right? And so it's like, I know a lot of people, like I said, I heard no one say it here, but I know a lot of people err on the side of, well, the world shouldn't be doing this. It's like, well, the world does. And you as a parent should understand that that's the world you've been living in, and now your baby is in it. So you don't put them as no opportunity. You don't use your child as the bargaining tool for change. Abso-fucking-lutely not.
Real, you got daughters, don't you? Real once, real twice. Yeah, I think as a
Yeah, I
man,
got four. I got four daughters.
I thought you said four. How do you feel about this and how she's
No,
dressed?
I got is my daughter's in the seventh grade. It's a hard no. Absolutely not. We definitely do the fingertip test with all skirts. Your skirt or dress has to go past your middle finger. And you're 12. You're not showing no adult. Like, no, no, no. We going. I grew up in the 90s. She dressed like the girls of my era. You got to cover everything up.
Yeah, to me that's kind of just my bag, man. It is difficult raising raising daughters, because I think inherently men have more their antennas up, and then just more strict on, nah, a lot of shit ain't flying. Uh, my daughter's mom, my girl, they are more lenient. But a lot of times it's like, nah, we just ain't doing that shit. And so I really would think that if Kanye was in the house, he would have that same type of understanding. Nah, fam, we not doing that shit, because she doesn't appear to be like that around him. I seen her at the concert. That was another thing. When she was at the concert, I thought the concert that Kanye was in Korea, I thought that was very interesting and a good opportunity. But I don't know, parading your kid around, and putting them in these situations, um, I don't know. We see how Willow is now. We see how Jaden is now. I think that it takes a toll mentally, and then a lot of times you get burnt out. A lot of folks them folks that come up here. Yeah, I've been in the club since 15. Your ass burnt out, nigga. I mean, you should have been in the house. School starting. Do kid shit. Why are you in Rome doing school time? Right? And so a lot of factors, on top of how she dressed and how she looked, really raised my antennas of, yeah,
Nigga, she
nah,
homeschooled.
nigga,
What the fuck is you talking
nah,
about?
nah,
What you
nah.
mean? Nah, that's a
School
fact.
starting still, even still with being homes.
They ain't got enough money when they tutors and shit just come
That
with them,
that
man. What are
that
you
is
just talking?
perfectly fine. We're not talking about money, DB. We are talking about keeping kids as kids.
Talking about school directly. School, you have the access to have every tutor available to come with them on that
And
tour. Where the
we're
fuck they at?
still talking about
That's it.
keeping kids as kids, right? So whether you have all the riches in the world, there is still a level of structure that a child, in my opinion, especially a young child of 12, should have, right? And one of them being focused on school during the school year, right? So whether it's homeschool or not, you can still be at your home and focusing on schoolwork and participating in doing things as a child. That's just my opinion on it. Right? It's not about whether you can afford nannies or whether you can afford folks or tutors or come around the country. That's not what I'm speaking on, because there's a lot of people who can afford that as well. Right? But their kids is still in the house in doing homeschool shit, right? And being interactive with friends, right? Building relationships with kids your age, having kid conversations instead of being out the country. What I would assume is around all adults in adult situations. That speeds up kids growing up instead of keeping them in the space of being a child. You gonna be an adult very soon. You got 6 years to be a quote unquote kid. You gonna be an adult very soon, though. You don't have to speed that up, in my opinion.